So, come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down on the Sunday grid. It has been a beautiful day today. Nice cool temperatures, almost crisp this morning. And yeah, I thought I'd have ourselves a wonderful little glass of red French dry table wine to kind of celebrate the big flea market in Regensburg. I drove down there, met my friends Carl and Ada, and we looked around and I found this fabulous old camera. As a matter of fact, it's sitting right over here behind me. And right there, if I move my finger up there, I think you can see it. This one right there, I don't know, it's just, yeah, right there. Anyway, it's gonna be great. I'm happy to have it. So I'm gonna be taking it apart, putting it back together because it doesn't work just yet, so we're gonna kind of get that going. But otherwise, it's fantastic and good to see you. So let's get our puzzle on in here. Let's see what we got. So we're looking at misstated. This is apparently our theme, misstated. So are we ready to start solving? Oh, I am. It's basically 4 o'clock in Germany, and I'm ready to start winding down, so let's do it. We have a Ginny 2 construction, edited by Joel Faliano. Let's hop into our grid and see what we got for going today. All right, and boom, everything's up. Say, another great thing about me, say, okay, it's gonna be one of those days, I think. All right, 2 halves of a platonic whole. Depend, okay, this could be rely. Immeasurably long time, maybe an eon. So, okay, I got enough to go for this. I mean, I'm thinking this is gonna be too braff. Not gonna be doing a Zach here. Like the H in hat to a linguist. Well, I happen to be a linguist. And I guess you could say this would be glottal. Guess you could say that. Staple of 80s pop. We're talking about synth here. Did not think that was in our grid yesterday, wasn't it? Some of these words, they just kind of migrate through and through, and everybody just kind of winds up using them at the same time, which is very strange. Actor Matthew of The Americans. I've never seen The Americans. I don't even know that I could even pinpoint this particular actor, but I know since he's got such an odd spelling, Reese here, that I just know who he is. Human beef and chicken pox pie on a menu, one hopes. I guess one would hope these would be typos. Let's see, let's check it. Zip could be pep. That's the different sense they're looking for here. Okay, so getaway driver's plan, obviously. Well, okay, here we've got our italicized clue questions, I'm assuming. I would imagine that this is maybe to a minimum floret. And I guess the 2 halves of a platonic whole would be BFFs, experience, feel, yeah. But isn't that odd that we would have this, these initials or this acronym, depending on if you wanted to try to actually make a word out of it, like BIFs or something? Surely we would have something in the clue to tell us that that's because it stands for something, right? Best friends forever or whatever. So I don't know. It seems a little weird. Response to hearing all the gory details. TMI. Shapeshift could be to morph. So far, we've got some fun clue answer combinations, and I'm liking it. Not necessarily easy, but not necessarily hard either. Baltimore squad, casually. I think these are the O's, the Orioles. This is a library, maybe shh. Composer's numbered piece is an opus. And graphing calculator button, I guess it's COS, and then campfire remnant. Maybe a hot coal, I don't know, but getaway driver's plan, obviously, maybe floret, duh. Paul Erdos, yeah, okay, so, I mean, that works. Floret, duh. Misstated. So states is in I'm assuming United States. So let's see. Let's try to get through this thing. Should we go across or down? Well, I'm hearing you say across. Let's go across. Turkic tongue. Well, we've got 5 letters. Is this a T? Yeah, it could be a T. I guess you could say to wit. Desires could be wants. And let's see, Emirati's neighbor. Okay, we have an Omani here. Horde may be a mass. Yeah, and that's why I think this is Tatar. Let's make sure I'm black and tans. Like Gandhi, maybe anti-war. I don't know if that's right. This is that Rizola, isn't it? Where fairy tale creatures often live, maybe in the wood. Yeah, I think this is Rizola. Yeah, I don't know. So this is a B. Heckles in a way. Can you booze that? I'm not really feeling too terribly clever with any of these answers, though. She sure runs fast. So Miss is Emile Zola. So one's living a lavish lifestyle, ballers, I guess, right? And jaded miner's remark. Yeah, I do. I think this is Rizola, and I'm gonna or for mining, and then possibly some way for this to relate to the state of Oregon. I don't know. I don't really know at all. Let's gonna just find this out. So, she sure runs fast. Miss is Zippy. Okay. A word with body or work. Okay. I'll return shortly. Maybe be right back. Way up. Feast often concluded with hopia, coconut pudding, and I think this is a luau. I guess a way up could be a ramp. Frowned upon sound is a burp. Octopus's octet. 8 arms. Successfully nested, say. Maybe laid eggs. You know, I could probably do that again. I could do that. Could start using that as a metaphor. When people say, "I love your flat. Oh my God, I love your home." You just say, "Oh yeah, we laid eggs well here. We laid our eggs. We nested well." I mean, why not, right? So jaded miner's remarks. It's just jaded, and then so maybe or again. So we got to go through the or again. So we got Miss is Zippy, Florida, and or again. Poker action, probably a raise, right? Bhagavad Gita. Oh gosh, that reminds me. That takes me to who wrote the Omar Khayyam. Gosh, I read that. Must have been 19 years old. Neighbor lent me the book, and I was truly fascinated by it. Long-necked instrument, probably a sitar. And sometimes, you know, a great sitarist makes it into the grid. Well, actually, quite often, and Ravi Shankar. Let's see. What a pity. It's sad. It's sad. Zip nada. Time of one's life and era. 1990s fitness craze. And I never did it, but I think this is Tybo. Closant technique. And I think this is an inlay. That's fun. Closant. Actress Kendrick when appearing in smaller. films. Okay, I know. Now I know. This is Indiana. It's gotta be. I hope I'm not wrong. It would be kind of embarrassing since I'm so sure of myself here, but really, Indiana compared to all these others, right? Invisible Cities, author Calvino, and this is Italo. Bordeaux red, and I think we're probably talking claret, but this, I don't know. Floral brew, maybe a rose tea. The same, alike. Don't have a lot of ugly, or I should just say inelegant fillers just yet. PC sensitive in a way. Genie's gift is a wish. Okay, that's the W I wanted. So I'm thinking this is Dell, as in a PC, and then aware. Okay. All right. Well, this is fun. This is fun. Okay. So, poker action. Maybe deal. Perform better than. I don't know. I don't know yet. Figure skater to Midori, and this is Ito. So this would be Outact. That sounds kind of... I outacted them in the summer play. It was great. You should have seen me. I was like Bill Shatner. But Spock. I mean, what does that even mean? Okay. Pride of Line and a raft of otters. Alrighty. And Coquette. Do you see it? Think far north Midwest. I think this is a mini soda. Okay. Oh, these are just dad jokes out the nose here, all right? I mean, like Mecca and Medina, maybe Saudi. All right. Let's try to get some of this cleaned up so we can go in some sort of order. Real estate. Eye-catching shades, I guess neons works for me. Preferring platonic relationships informally. Public transportation option around Hong Kong. I think this is a tram. Captain and 9 crew members. 10 a sea. Okay. Haunting could be eerie. Oh, okay. Well, like some braids and some breads, and I guess this would be plated. All right, what do we got now? Ticked off. Ticked off. Preps for framing as a photo, maybe mats. So I guess ticked off could be made mad. Okay. I wasn't seeing it like that at first. Sheep product. It's interesting, a product. I mean, I don't know how I'd feel about that if I was a sheep. You mean my hindquarters? You mean my shoulder muscles? You mean my legs? I mean, it's kind of bust. Maybe a dud. And German article D. That's right, that's the feminine article. The male is der and the neuter is das. And every noun has its own gender here. It is so schwer. It's very difficult. But it comes to you. My advice, if you ever learn German, when you learn a new noun, memorize its articles. That's best, you know. Because, you know, einem, you know, die, der, das, you know, whether it's indirect, you know, the direct article or indirect article, makes it just memorize them. Or do what I normally do if I can't remember. I just make it a D apostrophe. The Auto. The Laden, you know, the Laden, you know, so I could be anywhere. Die, der, das, I just have the D, and then off you go. Mamma mia, let me go. Okay, so got that answered. And let's see, Sandy Springs. I guess these are oases. South Asian daisy. Yes, so this works so far. V6 or V12. I guess we're talking about the V formations that geese fly in, which is kind of fun. Like yesterday's bread compared with today's. Oh boy, I can't stand these. Would anybody watching, any of you big, beautiful brained, marvelous, handsome people, would any of you say, oh, it is staler than the new bread? No, I mean, just say this is more stale. That's more stale. Or this is stale compared to that. And if something besides staler, I don't know. Yuck. It's not very good. Poet who wrote "Behold the duck, it does not cluck," and I do believe it's talking of Nash. Day before Domingo. How about sábado? Sábado. And once again, here they are trying to test my Spanish. I'm from Texas. I might know a thing or two about Spanish. A thing or two. Zodiac animal that spells another if you change its last letter to a T. And I guess we're talking about a ram. So, because could be a. You realize this is a silent meditation, right? Sad trombone sound. So, I think this is Wyoming. Wyoming. This is silent meditation. It is just dad joke crap, right? I mean, it's funny. To leave behind. Ditch. All right. Ring call for short. I'm assuming we're talking about a boxing ring, so I'm going to go with a technical knockout. And reason for an R rating, maybe gore. Can you imagine if you had the O and the R but not the G or the E, which you might slip in there? Taiwanese tech company. This is an Acer and harmonious in a way, maybe on key. Oh, they may be striped at ice cream shops. Maybe awnings? Maybe. Doesn't feel comfortable. Sub. Wait, can we not play this in F sharp instead? Y, E, F sharp, E, so, huh? Y, E, huh? Y, E, Hawaii. Oh, okay. Sub. Well, I think we're talking about in terms of a sandwich. So let's go with a hero. Quick cooking noodles and the staple of every college student who, for my generation for sure, Gen X college students, we lived on ramen. Total sum. Eureka. Subject of a common phobia. These are probably heights then, and I kind of wanted to have that because I think this is. That's it. Feels like it would be. When doubled, a rebuke. Okay, so it's not going to be tisk. We've got a T there, and we've got to go with our gut. So I'm going to say tut tut. That's a tut. What's left of the Colosseum? Ruins. God, can you imagine if there were some particularly difficult Sunday puzzle? What's left of the Colosseum? Oh, that would be the Roman district of Verde, you know, or something, right? You know, like, oh no, what's on the right of the Colosseum? You know, oh my gosh. So, 10 hundos looks like a thou. One letter choice away from dropping trow, which makes it into the puzzle quite often. Parents' encouragement to a budding chef. Freak or wig out. Like a good day for kite flying, gusty. If this is a K at the top, elided agreement. Yes, it is. It is a K all over. So ancient region bordering the Aegean Sea. We're on our way there in August, by the way. I will be doing the daily solves from, I guess, the stateroom on our Virgin cruise. So Parents' encouragement to a budding chef. See? Whisk on, son. Whisk on, son. I bet you anything that's it. Poker action. Okay, we're going to ante up. Miffed. Maybe sore. Belle de jour. Versus du jour. Excess. Well, I guess that would be a glut. But you could say excess could lead to, and then you could have put an O in there for gout. And let's see, Spanish wine region, that's Rioja, and where the Nobel Prize, yes, Oslo. Very nice. Now we're coming up, getting over here. Let's see. Let's go up here and let's just make this a nice fresh start right here at 67 across. Okay, core components. I can only think of abs for that number of letters and a plural. Long could be ache. One of several named in a will, maybe maybe co-heirs? No, that ain't gonna work. Oh, did I? Oh, because I didn't. I put in. I put it oddies instead of otter. What? Oh my gosh! How many other places have I done this? How many? Oh my gosh! We're gonna have to find them later, aren't we? I'm so sorry if you've had to deal with this. I'm so sorry. Gloating winners! Exclamation! Booyah! Which I'm sure I'll be saying to myself. Cornucopia, essentially, is a horn. And what surfers and guitarists can do in slang, probably shred. Not all guitarists can shred. Considered buying that garden tool. Maybe Idaho. Put in harm's way, in danger. Unswayable, probably adamant. Certain camarade. So I guess ami. River and a classic dad joke. Well, you knew the dad joke had to get in here somewhere. How about denial? Fish whose left eye migrates to its right side as it ages. And I think this is a halibut. Interesting looking fish. You had to be really hungry at one point if you thought to yourself, I'm going to give that a try. Or like lobster. Same thing, right? Like, oh man, I'm hungry. I'm going to have to give that a shot. Unity. Man, maybe oneness. Oh, with this TS down here, what do we got? Rulers used to make many crosswords. Okay, I get it. SARS. Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's good. Hindu god of death. And I think this is Yama. And what a glass of cold water forms on a hot day. And I think these are beads. And I think this is an M here for Yama, and inspiration for the jokes in this puzzle's theme. Yeah, I think this is a U.S. map, and so padlock parts are hasps, and chest material, maybe cedar. And I see the reason I'm thinking Yama, but I don't know if it's going to be a Y or a J spelling. So that makes me a little hesitant to just go throwing it in there. So let's see what we got here. A tourist may have one. 4 letters. I'm just going to go with a visa to start with. Sunday NFL countdown error. ESPN. Okay. So, get a little nearer. Virginia. Verge. In. Yeah. My phone is going nuts. If you can hear that, I'm sorry. Let's see. Got it. I see. Box could be to spar. assessment of a situation. Could be a read, sassy retort, and okay, nice. Virgin, yeah. Surely I'm not right about that. That's got to be wrong. I'm gonna find out here in a minute. Double knotted, say, maybe retied. Obvious name for a pet lion. What would be a Leo? What is this? Source of confidence and ego. Boy, I hope I didn't fat finger other stuff and not see it. How do we do, Bob? Oh, good. Not a bad way to spend a Sunday afternoon, right? You know, 24 minutes, not bad. To start our wind down moment. For those of you winding up for the day, maybe with an espresso or maybe a nice Sunday cocktail like a mimosa or a termosa. Those were always my favorites. You'd add the shot of vodka to the mimosa, then it was a termosa. Then there was the other ones too. The poinsettias, I think they made with the pomegranate juice and stuff. Anyway, good stuff. Well, this was a grid full of dad joke humor stuff, and dad jokes are a lot like third grade jokes. It's just, why couldn't the ghost have kids? Had a Halloweeny, stuff like that. Okay, yeah, but I mean, clever and funny. I mean, it kept me amused, and it had some pretty interesting fillers elsewhere too. So it actually kind of nice to see Emile Zola, to see the various the gods, the deities, the things that they pop in here. Sometimes it really comes off very clever, and I like it. And as always, I love it when we bring in other languages, and here we had a good deal of French and Spanish, so it's kind of fun for me in that regard. So let's go ahead and knock you out of the way today. We'll bring you back for the Monday grid, and I want to say again, especially to Nikolai, one of my favorite viewers, right? You're all wonderful viewers. It's just that he interacts with me quite often, as do a lot of you. But I really enjoy hearing from him, and he was telling me yesterday, this is the best thing in the world to watch when I'm just getting back from, from swimming and playing basketball. And I thought, wow, I don't know where you're at, what part of the world, but staying fit, that's good stuff, right? I'm a runner. I like swimming on occasion. I've done a few triathlons, but that's basketball. Never coordinated enough for that. So anyway, thank you all so much for the subscribes and the likes and the comments. And nothing makes my day quicker than those things right there. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. And until next time, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Einen schönen Wochenende, einen schönen Sonntag. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Servus. Grüß Gott. Ciao. Cin-Cin. And we'll see you next time. Be well. Be safe.
Salut.